We begin this chapter about 2 days after the events of last time. With everything back to normal after the crazy war that went down. But now Ash is officially ready for his third Unova gym Ash battle against Berg. The group head to the gym and reunite with him. Welcomes Ash and Cole open arms, says he's excited for their gym, but tells Ash just because he saved the city doesn't mean he'll go easy on him. Ash willingly readies any challenge. Everyone heads inside the gym and the battle begins. And with Berg using Dwebble and Ash starting off with Sawaddle, initiating a bug type battle. The two duke it out and honestly seem to match. While it's showing to be a pretty fierce and good battle ready Pokemon. However, Dwebble is still a Pokemon with Gym Leader, and due to its hard defense and protect, Sawaddle has a hard time landing attacks. He does manage to land some, but it's not enough. And unfortunately, Sawaddle is knocked out. Trying to get the time advantage on actions out Oshawott, who also struggles due to the protect X strategy. But Ash comes up with a plan, has Oshawott going with Razor Shell, which all blocks to protect. Ash hopes for this though and uses Water Gun, which shoots Webble in the air. Ash has Oshawott go for Tackle, which separates Webble from his home. Another one. On a Razor Shell, Dwebble and Elbow goes down. Now, Berg is impressed at Ash's balance strategy and sends out Whirlipede. Oshawa tries going for Water Gun, but easily spins away no problem. Easily manages to land attacks. Acts despite the whole how things go so far. Whirlipede continues to roll around, making Oshawa dizzy and continues to land attacks until Oshawa is unfortunately knocked out, leaving Ash down to his final Pokemon, who decides to be Yon Doromaka. However, Ash uses the new strat, having Darumaka like a spit and with Incinerate. The two spin around, launch attacks each other, and eventually clash. Ash having Darumaka use roll and Incinerate on himself, which manages to land a super hard hit, knocking out Whirlipede. And finally, Berg sends out his final Pokemon, Leavanny, who, despite having the type of edge against it, Armaga struggles hard thanks to a strength and its powerful moves. But Ash comes up with a plan. And the try using Incinerate, but Leavanny easily dodges and uses String Shot. And lands Hyper Beam before Darumaka can free himself. But Leavanny continues to land attacks, and Darumaka fails to land any back due to his aim being disrupted by the String Shot. However, Ash comes up with a new plan. When Berg Ash's Darumaka use Roll It in place and then Incinerate, telling his Darumaka to jump into it, which melting and continue. Ash and his Darumaka stay in one place and continue to do it until eventually and stay and jump out and jump up and down until eventually a burst of fire envelops Darumaka's entire body, which lands a direct hit on the event. Annie. Darumaka has now learned Flame Charge and continues to spin around the battlefield until eventually Leavanny gets dizzy. Leavanny tries one more Hyper Beam, but Darumaka easily dodges thanks to the speed boost and lands a critical Incinerate, knocking Leavanny out, winning Ash the battle. Berg congratulates Ash and awards him the Insect Badge. Ash and Darumaka celebrate their victory as Ash's friends also celebrate too. With him out of the way, we then cut to Chair Aaron, who struggles more than Ash. But thanks to Servine's type disadvantage and Carablast's disobedience, but Sharon's anti-knowledge and his tranquil ankle eventually managed to get him his own basic badge. After this, the group will say goodbye to Berg, and Berg wishes them luck in their future gym battles, and then they head back to the Pokemon Center. After this, the group decide to explore the city, as Hilda never got any chance to do some photo shoots of their Pokemon due to everything that went down. However, as they take photo shoots, something bizarre happens. All of a sudden, duplicates of everyone begin showing up, but confusing the group until eventually all knows that all these clones had a tail and other P. She managed to log on. It turns out to be a wild Zorua. Now, real before we're continuing on, I just wanted to say I am not sure if the Zorua movie is canon, so I won't try to bring that up here. this, but if you consider it canon, then go ahead. But anyway, back on the story though. Hilda ends up bonding with the Zor or what? Zor when Joyce plays the photo. So they get infos of Hilda's Pokemon. Hilda decides she Zorua and he asks Zorua to join her on her journey. Zorua hesitates but ultimately accepts, giving Hilda her new Pokemon partner. After this, the group put a leaves to Castelia City and make their way to Nimbasa Town. The Silence Hill, and that's the closest gym from here. Anyway, the group then head in the desert resort or slash Route 4 and Hilda takes some more photos. And they're traveling in the group and they're traveling together and Ash admiring the places with or at least getting a proper chance to after what happened last time. Ash finds the place really relaxing and enjoyable. However, as a group, take a break and send out their Pokemon. Ash, before sending out his, finally falls through a hole with all of his Pokeballs fall and have his hands around the hole next to him. Ash then falls and then reunite with the Sandile, also with sunglasses. The two reunite and Ash thanks Sandile for holding off Team Rocket and when he stopped Giovanni, with Sandile revealing that he wanted to go help other Pokemon. They're dealing with that. I'm trusting Ash and Pikachu would save the day. They thank him, but Ash also has a feeling he won. This is also because he wanted a rematch with him and Pikachu. Sandile denies it, but admits he did want a re- rematch, while saying he generally wanted to help them. Ash and Pikachu thank Sandile and immediately agree to their group decide to have a rematch. The two duke it out and both show a nice improvement from last time. Despite the type disadvantage, Ash and Pikachu managed to find a way to make Pikachu's electric type moves work in other ways. And Sandile shows his growth from the last time they battled. Pikachu eventually gets the upper hand, but Sandile refuses to give up. And evolves into Rock. With new strength, it gives Pikachu a harder time. But he and Ash refuse to give up. Eventually, Rock tries to end the battle with Stone Edge, but Ash's Pikachu use Electro Ball to shoot it back, and that's Rock damage from own attack. And with that, Ash and Pikachu end the battle with an Iron Tail and Quick Attack combo. Bro. After everything, Ash gives Pikachu and Rock potions and berries he had on it. And Rock is bundle of those lost but appreciative of Ash. But Ash and Pikachu encourage Rock so they can't wait for their rematch. Rematch says he was awesome out there. In fact, the battle pushed him so much that he even evolved. Rock is touched and then push and goes away, preparing to become even stronger. While Ash and Pikachu head out and reunite with the others, who were looking for him and were worried. After Ash tells them what happened, the group are relieved that he's okay. And continue their way to Nimbasa City. The group eventually make it to where new city, and Ash thinks it's Nimbasa City, but to his unfortunate, she silently reveals that it's actually Nimbasa Town, which bums him out. Which bums the group. However, Jaren tells him not. It's okay. It's okay because San Joseph and Tor we call the Nimbasa Town Club back, where trainers duke it out. Think it's a great way to train. And for his next gym battle, Ash decides to enter. So, but the others agreeing too, thinking it sounds like fun. The group head to the stadium, prepare and register. And all are ready to give it their absolute best. They all head inside where they meet the other participating trainers who are all greeted by Nimbasa Town Ounce Don George. Where this is where the group find out about the whole thing and how he follows the same thing Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny is. But you know how that works. And with that, they're giving an announcement with Freddy the Scoop. The tournament officially kicks off. The first round, the top 16 happens, and everyone wins their bet. How's it that much of an issue? Actually, let me rephrase that. Yeah, and Hilda do struggle the most with being the least experienced, but everyone else do their very best. And with that, the top 8 are then announced: Bianca versus Ash, the gentleman who I'm calling Arth, her and the Aster who I'm going to call Daniel. Hyland versus Hilda, and Sharon versus Iris. Sorry. First up, we have Bianca versus Ash with Muna and Darumaka. Both do get out, and both are skilled, but Ash obviously has more experience than Hilda. That ultimately takes the win, advancing him to round 2. Arthur versus Daniel's next, and Daniel does get the upper hand, and despite the Arthur's strength, Daniel gets the upper hand and knocks him out of the competition, going to round two. The third battle is Hilda versus Silent, and they decide to make it a grass type battle between Pansage and Snivy. Snivy does put up a tough fight and was shown to be pretty experienced, but Island and Pansage have perfect synchrony, and thinks their strong strength and teamwork, Hilda's knocked out. She's bummed out, but Silent tells her she did great, and she has a lot more potential until for battling. Hilda thanks him and wishes him luck in the next round. And finally, we have Aaron versus Iris, with Iris using Dino and Sharon using Servine. Both duke it out and both owe their strength. However, thanks to Dino's dragon type, I think it manages to get the upper hand on Servine and knocks it out. Iris thanks Sharon for the battle, and Sharon compliments her strength, wishing her luck in the semifinals too. With that, we then go on to the semifinals. Daniel versus Ash and Silent versus Iris. It's Daniel and Ash do get out with LGM versus Pikachu. But the Adrian does show his strength, but unfortunately he's no match for Ash and Pikachu, who while do struggling against LGM's psychic ability, he's ultimately get the win in the end, advancing Ash to the finals. And also with that we then get the Silent versus Iris, who go for Dwebble and Larvesta. But the group is surprised by the type of this event. Iris wants to improve Larvesta after the incident from last time back in Castilia. It's like 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 Berg versus Ash. It's a bug type duel. However, this and Larvesta also wants to get back and get strong, hungry to make up out of the way and back down in the last time. And Silent does get the upper hand, but Larvesta and Iris refuse to give up. But Larvesta learns a new move, Sunny Day, which powers up its fire type moves. While still not doing, while they only do neutral damage, they manage to get enough to overwhelm Dwebble, knocking it out, advancing Iris to the final. Let's both thank you for the battle and look forward again sometime. And with that, we now move on to the finals of the tournament: Ash versus Iris. The two duke it out and are ready to they face each other in a battle, with the battle being Extra versus Oshawott. Both trainers show great skills and teamwork with their Pokemon, showing the audience why they made it to the finals. But Oshawott does the upper hand at first thanks to its small size and type advantage, but Iris uses that to her advantage and has Extra use Dig, then come back up, sending Oshawott flying, and then uses Metal Claw to knock its Scout Chop off. Metal Claw again to knock Oshawott down. Oshawott tries to get its Scout Chop back, but Iris and Extra keep up the pressure by using Dig to separate the two and Focus Blast to hit Oshawott. When the battle continues, as Oshawott tries to dodge and get his Scout Chop back, but Extra continues to make that a challenge. But Ash, however, then manages to get an idea. When Extra uses Dig, Ash's Oshawott uses Water Gun in the hole, which erupts Iris and shoots Extra at Iris' shock and tries to go for a Focus Blast, but Ash's Oshawott uses create a Water Gun counter shield. Ash is the block. I'll get incentive right back, hitting Excadrill. And then Ash has Oshawott shoot Water Gun at the ground, the one that shoots off in the air, and then Water Gun at the sea, the wall, for it to bounce off. Shoot the Scout Chop, and Oshawott can grab it. Grab it. Ash then commands a finishing Razor Shot, but tells Oshawott to do it with a spin. Iris tries to have Excadrill use one more Focus Blast, but Oshawott cuts right through it and lands a direct hit on Excadrill, knocking it out, making the winner in the Nimbasa Town Battle Club, Ash. Both trainers thank their Pokemon for their hard work and then go over to each other, with Iris telling Ash that was a great battle and praises his unpredictable battle style. Ash thanks her and says that he loved to battle her again someday. And Iris said with this battle made her come to a decision. And she decided to take on the Unova League Gym Challenge too, saying watching Ash battle inspired her, and this battle cemented that decision, saying if she wants to get strong with Dre and she wants to take on the champ, Alex promised to beat Ash in the future. The two shake hands and We start a rivalry. And with that said and done, the tournament then kicks off with Ash receiving the 7 Feather Driftveil wing set prize. Prize. And with that, at the group lead the tournament with everyone else congratulating Ash on his victory. And Sharon Aaron, Bianca, and Iris signing the from the group. But with Sharon and Bianca deciding to go do some training, while Hilda said, we know Sharon and Iris going to do some training, and Bianca ready to going to do some traveling. But not before they all promise to meet them all again someday. The group was for what? Either farewells and continues their way to Nimbasa City. And that's where we're going to end this part. Hope you all forward to the next part. And sorry for all the stuttering. All right, I just really wanted to get this out before the end of July. But I still hope you enjoyed it despite that. Bye. And see you next time.